Greetings, and we are back. All right, the channel where we talk about everything U.S. news, headlines, everything in between, markets, trends, earnings. We'll talk about indicators, everything, and we'll make it fun at the same time. Um, I'm from the U.S., from the Midwest, and there, if you know anything about the Midwest, there wasn't a whole lot going on there, and except for sports and farming, and I wasn't good at either one of those. But I did have a love for numbers, and that love for numbers took me into engineering. Um, Engineering actually got me curious, even more curious about charts and markets, how they correlate, and that's how I got my interest in following the markets. Was basically my love for numbers and looking at trends and data and stuff. And so in this stream, you're wondering why you're here, what you're going to get out of it. We're going to go over a lot of the headlines, the news, and how those news and headlines correlate to the charts. We're going to break down some of the tickers. If you have a company or a ticker symbol that you would like to look at or have us look at on TradingView, we'll be doing that later on in the request sector of the program. But again, let's go right here. So some of the things that we're going to talk about are, we're going to talk a little bit about copper. We'll talk a little bit about also like PepsiCo beat its earnings, beat the estimates. We'll also talk a little bit about Lumen Technologies, and we'll talk about some of the headlines right here. Oracle agrees to buy power from Bloom Energy. We'll talk about Bloom Energy and Oracle and their data centers, and we'll right here talk about this one. The one everyone's talking about is Robinhood jumping up after the SEC removes the limit on day trading activity. And another one that we'll look at is why the Chicago Fed president says AI won't send unemployment to 15%. Give me your thoughts on that. How do you think AI is going to continue to affect unemployment? And if you know anyone that's lost their jobs to AI and what they're doing instead of that. So also, here's one that we will mention right here. Also, another one that we got to talk about is Allbirds. Allbirds makes the pivot from shoes to AI and adds 127 million in value, going from shoes to AI, and bang, you're back up in value. All right, another one that we will mention is OpenAI pulls back from the Stargate Norway data center deal as Microsoft takes over. So we'll be looking at Microsoft, their data center in Norway. Also, if you live near a data center, let us know what it's like to be near a data center, okay? Also, we'll talk about Snap, because Snap's stocks just jumped up on plans to get rid of 16% of its workforce because of AI. Again, another company that's getting rid of AI, getting rid of the workforce because of AI. How many companies have recently gotten rid of their workforce because of AI? There was Meta, there's Amazon, there's many more, and we'll get into those. Morgan Stanley also tops the estimates as trading revenue exceeds expectations by nearly 1 billion. We'll look at the banking sector as well. Also right here, we have got Bank of America also tops estimates. And another one in the headlines is Stellantis and Microsoft sign a 5-year partnership for the AI push. So we'll be looking at Microsoft and Stellantis. And another one, if you're a Tesla fan, this one is for you. Tesla stock just Tesla just up again as the Musk plans to boost the sentiment. Yeah, right here it says right here, 7.6% jump on Wednesday. Though news flows some trade. Yeah, right here. 80% of the Wednesday move is related to Elon's nocturnal post on X announcing the tape out of the hardware for 5 complete. Yes. So Tesla is bouncing back. We'll talk a little bit about that. And let's get right into it a little bit deeper. Here we go. And where is it? Right here. Yeah. So PepsiCo earnings, PepsiCo's earnings beat the estimates, and we'll get into that one. Also, copper. If you're a fan of copper or precious metals, let me know in the comments. Give me your thoughts about gold. Is gold bouncing back? Right now, gold is at Fourth, let me refresh this a little bit. Yeah, gold is at 4,816. Do you think it's going to keep on rallying? Silver is at 79.4. And also, if you're watching oil, oil right now is at 92.24. That's West Texas Intermediate. And Brent crude is at 96.6. And let's go right into this one right here. Yeah, so Oracle agrees to buy power from Bloom for AI data centers. And it's, Oracle agreed to purchase as much as 2.8 gigawatts of fuel cell power from Bloom Energy Corporation to supply data centers for artificial AI work. An initial 1.2 gigawatts of capacity has already been contracted and will be used this year in 2027 at Oracle projects in the US. To give you an idea, a gigawatt is enough electricity to supply about 750,000 US households at any one time. And the expanded agreement with Oracle is a clear signal that hyperscale AI demand is translating directly into gigawatt scale. And that's something Evercore said as well. Oracle has embarked on a massive construction program to build AI data centers for clients like OpenAI and Musk's xAI, and has said it expects to spend $50 on capital, $50 billion on capital projects in the fiscal year that ends this May. So yeah, that's a little bit on Bloom and Oracle right there. Also, if you're wondering about Robinhood, Robinhood jumped 8% on Wednesday, extending gains from the prior session after the SEC announced the removal of long-standing day trading limits for small investors. The SEC approved a 25,000 minimum asset balance requirement for day traders. That is worth repeating. So one more time for those of you listening, the SEC approved removing a $25,000 minimum asset balance requirement for day traders. Instead, the new framework allows investors for all account sizes to trade more freely as long as they have enough money to cover the risk of each trade. Interesting, right? This is unequivocally bullish for Robinhood, in my view. That's head of the digital assets said Tuesday night. Farrell noted Robinhood will benefit from the rule change given that the average account balance for its users is much smaller than that of the traditional brokerage firms. Yes, keep that in mind. Let me know if you are if you are a fan of Robinhood. Let me know. And the analyst also noted that Robinhood could be a stock investors look to jump if the recent surge in crypto begins to fade. Yeah. On Tuesday, Bernstein analysts reaffirmed their outperform rating on Robinhood with a $130 price target given crypto's resilience in recent weeks and growth in prediction markets. Yeah. Huh. Any thoughts about Robinhood in the comments? Let me know. Interesting, right? Also, another headline. Here, this is from the Chicago Fed president. Says AI won't send unemployment to 15%. A somewhat reassuring tone amid a chorus of AI coming for your job is coming from the top Fed official. I think if AI has the improvement productivity that everyone's describing, it's going to make us rich. So if you think that if we come back 10 years, that steady state unemployment rate is going to be 15% or something, I'll take that. I'll take the under on that. That's from the Chicago Fed Reserve. Interesting. Give me your thoughts about AI and where we're going. Hey boy, creating apps. Webull taught me. Oh, stay stoic. Thank you for the comments. A $2,000 lesson. Yes, gotcha. Thank you for the comments on that. I appreciate it. Good insights. Also, a little update about Allbirds. I'm sure many of you have heard about Allbirds already. Allbirds makes a bizarre pivot to AI, and then they add $127 million in value. Okay, so Allbirds announced it's pivoting from shoes AI. The company, valued at around $4 billion at its peak, sold its intellectual property and other assets 2 weeks ago for 39 million. Yes, at one time it was valued at 4 billion, and then it sold everything for 39 million. It's a bit of a difference. The shoe company had a market cap of about 21 million Tuesday, which climbed to 141 million on Wednesday. Yeah. And here we go. Yeah. Allbirds made the announcement on Wednesday that it's going to AI. The move boosted shares of the minuscule market cap company. It was valued at 21 million at Tuesday's close, by 582%. The shares, which were under $3 a day ago, jumped to $17. Isn't that interesting? The company announced that it's pivoting to business to AI compute infrastructure to release posted. Let's see. The company, which according to the release will be called New Bird AI, announced a deal to raise up to 50 million in funding, expected to close in the second quarter of 2026. Wow. Here we go. El Jador 212. Greetings. Hello. Let me know in the comments what you think about Allbirds, or what you think about Robinhood, or if you have a particular company that you would like me to look at later on. There's a time during the program when we do take the requests for ticker symbols, and we look at them later on TradingView, okay? Or if you just want to enjoy the show, yes. Studio MGZ, thank you very much for the likes. Hope you're enjoying it. Got it. Okay, I'll make a note of that. And I'll take a look at that later when we go through those. Got it. Thank you, Elzador 212. And let's see right here. Okay, that's looking at you, Allbirds. From shoes to AI. And then OpenAI pulls back from Stargate Norway data center deal as Microsoft takes over. Okay, so if you're a fan of Microsoft or Norway, this is for you. OpenAI has abandoned plans to rent compute capacity directly from a data center run by UK AI cloud company Nscale in Norway. Microsoft will take up the spare capacity at the data center. OpenAI said it was in discussions with Microsoft to rent the compute from the company. What is your take on Sophie and with me? Oh, okay. Very good question. I like that. Making a note of that. Sophie and I will look those up later. And yeah, for example, on the live stream, basically, I can MSTR, got it. Very good. I'll be going through those. I made a note, MSTR, El Jador. Stay stoic. I got your message, and what I can do is I can just go through those on TradingView during our time, and then if you want, message me after the stream, and I can go more into depth on that, okay? I don't go into a lot of in-depth stuff during the stream per se, but for your specific, when people have specific questions, I usually handle that after the stream, okay? But here, going back to this, OpenAI has moved to temper expectations of its spending plans as a potential IPO looms this year. Got it. Oh, stay stoic. Good insights. I like that. Cool. Thanks, Stay Stoic. I'll look forward to chatting with you afterwards. And greetings for all of you joining on. For those of you wondering what the heck this is, we're talking everything US news, headlines, going through some of the companies and some of the deals that we're talking about and some of the trends here. Yeah, OpenAI abandoned its plans to rent compute capacity from the Norwegian data center. Microsoft is taking the extra compute previously earmarked for OpenAI at a planned 230 megawatt Stargate Norway facility in Narvik. Okay, and OpenAI is now in discussions to rent capacity from Microsoft instead. A spokesperson for the company told CNBC. Yeah, OpenAI. So we'll be getting into Microsoft as well. And yeah. Also, another headline, Snap just jumped up 16% because they're getting rid of their workforce. Again, if you have thoughts about AI and what's happening to the workforce, let me know. And when you lose your job to AI, tell me what you do. What job do you get after that? I'm curious to hear some of the thoughts of the community here. So Snap rose after announcing plans to lay off 16% of its workforce. CEO, AI advancements are helping staff work faster and reduce repetitive work. The company expects to reduce its yearly expenses by over $500 million with reductions. Yes. And their shares rose 7% on Wednesday after the company announced plans to slash 16% of its global workforce. They said it would affect around 1,000 members of the staff and that at least 300 open positions will be closed. Again, 1,000 members of the staff and 300 open positions will be closed. Snap, the parent company for popular messaging platform Snapchat, is planning to reallocate resources to its highest priority initiatives, including increasing its net income profitability. Yeah, so we'll be looking at them as well. My job to raise support and sales recorders and network engineers are still. Oh, stay stoic. Really enjoy that comment. Thank you for sharing that. Layoffs are crazy. Yeah. So you're really seeing it and feeling it. I give it 10 years lifespan. Got it. Yeah, I would think coders are on their way out very quickly because AI can do coding, right? It's getting better and better, and pretty soon you won't even need coders, right? Are still, yeah. I think 10 years is actually a very generous amount of time, actually, from what I'm hearing. But yeah, so for example, what advice would you give? Okay, if you just lost your job to AI in tech or something, what would you do then? You go to what? What when AI takes over, what do you do? What's your next choice? Exactly, yeah. Anyway, feel free to share more insights. I really appreciate the comments there. Those are good. Lucas, greetings. Hello, hello. Yes, let's snap also right here. TSMC, again, if you're a tech fan, TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor's first quarter profit rises 58%, beats the estimates as AI demand fuels record run. Here we go. Reported a 58% increase in first quarter profit, beating the estimates, hitting a fresh record, and AI chips stayed strong. Here we go. Yeah, the chip maker TSMC had reported 35% year-on-year rise in the first quarter revenue last week. And TSMC, in case you're wondering, is Asia's largest technology company by market cap and manufactures chips used in products ranging from consumer electronics to data centers. And some of the, in case you're wondering, some of the big customers for TSMC, such as Apple, also Nvidia, for some of their semiconductors, it also benefited from they also benefit from the proliferation of AI, producing advanced processors designed by Nvidia. Now the largest customer. Nvidia is now the largest customer of TSMC. Yeah. TSMC's forecast full year 2026 revenue growth of more than 30% year over year in US dollar terms. Meanwhile, it projected second quarter revenue of 39 billion to 40 billion, representing the 10% sequential increase. Yeah. TSMC's high performing computing division, which includes AI and 5G applications, accounted for the majority of sales in the first quarter, rising to 61%. Meanwhile, the company said the advanced chips defined as 7 nanometer or smaller made up the 74% of TSMC's total wafer revenue in the quarter. Yeah. And My job tried replacing network engineers with AI, but didn't work, and most of us can code to a degree. However, networking is like electricians. You cannot automate the people that takes you. It's true. I knew today was a bull trap. I regret not selling. Got it. Got it. Let's see. Thanks, Stay Stoic. I appreciate the thoughts. Um, so when they tried to replace the network engineers with AI and it didn't work, what happened then? Did they hire them back, or did the company just go bust, or what happened? If it didn't work, what did they do instead? Okay, that's a little bit about TSMC. Also, we'll be talking about Lumen Technologies as well. They've been rebounding, jumping up very, very recently. Also, again, Amazon. If you're looking at Amazon, some of the sellers are boycotting ads and policy change revolt. They're running out of margin. Yes, and chip giants AMD, Qualcomm, and ARM are backing the driverless car startup wave with fresh funds. And also here, looking, Circle CEO sees tremendous opportunity for a won-backed stablecoin. And yeah, we'll be talking about the banking sector with Morgan Stanley as well. Okay, now moving on over here. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Okay, let's go over here. Let's give a little bit of an update right now with the S&P. S&P at the moment is at 7,016, in case you're wondering about that. Let's see. The S&P recently broke its historic psychological barrier of 7,000 last night in the first hour after the market opened. And today it's still above it, it's 7,017. And looking at the NASDAQ at the moment, for example, NASDAQ is sitting at 26,158. And let's see, Nvidia at the moment is 197. We're still wondering if Nvidia can break that 200 barrier. Also, let's take a look here at ASML. This is another big one in the news recently. ASML is at 1,426. And also a little update about West Texas Intermediate is at 93, Brent is at 97, and yeah, for example, some of the issues before the market opened was whether Trump's peace promise, right, could be fulfilled, and whether ASML's nuclear level 2026 guidance could support the entire semiconductor sector. The current market situation shows that we are still above that 7,000 area. Now, we need to see clearly whether the funds behind the S&P are retreating or rebalancing. Additionally, I've also got a screenshot of this morning's block trade flows, which my assistant has compiled, and I'll show it to you later if you want. So example, we'll talk about the 7,000 points. Who's selling and who's buying? Well, some of my thoughts during the trading: keep an eye on the S&P. If the index retreats below 7,000, it fails to recover quickly, it will suggest that last night's breakout was basically a false breakout. And again, currently it's at 7,017. And let's go on. Another indicator to look at is the VIX, for example. Basically the fear index. It is currently trading at 18.63. If the VIX suddenly spikes during the trading session, it signals that institutional investors have begun aggressively buying put options above the 7,000 point level to hedge their positions, okay? And let me know, do you think the S&P 500 will hold steady above 7,000? Give me a 1 for yes, give me a 2 for no. Again, if you think it's going to stay above 7,000, give me a 1 for a yes and a 2 for a no. 1 for yes and a 2 for no. Let me know your thoughts there in the audience, okay? Also, has ASML's good news already been priced in? in our pre-market commentary, we talked about that a little bit. We know that ASML had raised its guidance for 2026, and this was expected to serve as a major catalyst, a shot in the arm for the entire AI sector. However, right now, let's take a look at ASML. ASML is sitting here at 1,429. And it is slightly, very slightly pulling back. It's correcting at the moment. It went from 1,451 to 1,429. Yeah. Because the market is concerned that the good news has already been fully priced in, while ASML's forecast pertains to orders for 2026. The prevailing short-term interest rate environment and broader macro uncertainties have prompted some short-term capital to take profits at this critical 7,000 point juncture. So, if ASML fails to hold onto the gains it made early in the session, the probability of Nvidia successfully breaching the $200 mark tonight will be significantly reduced. All right, let's take a look here at some of the questions you asked about before we go on with that. You mentioned, let's see, strategy. Let's take a look here at strategy. For the person that asked about strategy, if you're in the stream still, let me know. Here we are. Strategy is sitting here at 141.3 right there. And look at that consolidation. Here we go. Lots of and you can see that right here in the RSI as well. Good consolidation right there. And for those of you who are just jumping on, this is for you. For those of you who are already more advanced, I hope this doesn't bore you, but the RSI, Relative Strength Index, right here you can see this is the 70 line, this is the 30 line, overbought, oversold, and then this is the neutral area in the middle. And again, these are just guides because they can go way overbought or way oversold before it ever market corrects or market rebounds there. But that's just something to see so that you know that that's where the area is. Another one that I'll quickly introduce to you, again, brief intro, the moving average convergence divergence, or the MACD. This right here, bang. When the blue MACD line crosses the signal line going up, as you see there, you will see a price chart go up as it goes up right there. Now, when you also see the moving average, the MACD line, the blue line cross the signal line going down right there, and you'll see the price chart go down right there. That's a very, very brief, very oversimplified introduction, but it is what it is. If you want more information on that, just feel free to ask, okay? But having said that, again, the person asked about strategy. Right now, the volume is at 2 million and market cap is at 48.8 billion. And you can see right here, get this out, here. It is on a small, not much. You can see that there, it is trying to rebound a little bit right here. But yeah, right now 141.2. And MicroStrategy bought 13,927 Bitcoin for about $1 billion, raising its average Bitcoin cost to $75,577. Yeah. So for the person that asked about that, you saw the coffee so the video about it. I would not touch anything owned by. Stay stoic. I appreciate the comment, and your subtle humor is not lost on me. It's interesting. I have let's see. Yeah, I have seen many interviews by Michael Saylor. He is a very good salesman. I will say that. But I'll save my own personal sentiment for later, but thank you very much for sharing yours. It's not lost. Let's see. TSS, some crazy work. Let me know what you mean by that. Feel free to expand on that. And welcome to the channel, TSS. All right, that's MSTR. And you also asked me about Sophie. Here is Sophie. Sophie Technologies. Yeah, for those of you who may not know, Sophie Technologies is a financial service platform which engages in the provision of student loan refinancing options to the private student loan market. Don't we all love student loans, by the way? It operates through lending, technology platform, and financial services. But yeah, right now you can see there's a bit of a rebound on Sophie. It was at 14, now it's up to 18.91. It has corrected. It was at 19, now it's at 18. You can see that rebound right here in the RSI, where it was sitting here at 22 and now it's at 62. Yeah, so look, that's a little bit about Sophie. Volume wise, trading volume wise, at the moment it's at 23 million and market cap is at 24 billion. Yeah, and it says Sophie Technologies will report Q1 results on April 29th. Yeah, but there we go. Sophie, you asked about Sophie. UiPath. Here we go. For the person that asked about UiPath, if you're still in the stream, this is for you. Okay, UiPath. And for anyone else in the stream, if you have a question or you want me to look at a certain ticker symbol, just drop the ticker symbol in the comments and we'll take a look here. Here's UiPath. Engages in the development and provision of a software platform to automate business processes. The firm serves the public, healthcare, telecommunication, finance, and banking industries. Here we go. And at the moment, yeah, there is a small rebound here. Here we go. Very small. Yeah, 9.3 up to 10 point. Up to. It was at 11, and now it's at 10.73. Yeah, so that's basically the RSI hasn't moved that much. Thanks. Stay stoic. You're welcome. Very well. Yeah. Thanks for your insights and comments in the channel too. I appreciate that. And let's see. Kassir, chart master. Thank you for the like. Hopefully you're enjoying it. All right, that's UiPath. Another one that. We've already done that one. Oh, yes, another one that we were going to take a look at right here. We talked about. Lumen. Yeah, we talked about Lumen Technologies, right? Let's take a look here at Lumen Technologies. Here we go. Yeah, Lumen Technologies is another one to look at. Look at this chart pattern going right there. And right here, it's kind of, at the moment, staying right there in that area on the RSI, right around 57. And it's at 892.7 at the moment if you're looking at Lumen. And it was correcting the last few days and then it just jumped up from 823 up to 892. And if you're curious about Lumen, if you're not sure what it is, it engages in the provision of optical and photonic products. It operates through the cloud and networking and industrial tech segments. The cloud and networking segments refers to a portfolio of optical, there we go. And volume is at 2.46 million. As you can see, it's not particularly high at the moment. Market cap is at 63.7 billion. Yeah, and Lumen. Oh, cool. Then tell me more about them. Thanks, Stay Stoic. Yeah. Share some thoughts, please. Insights on Lumen. Okay, and another one that we will look at here. We talked about Lumen, and also let's take a look at Oracle. Oracle and Bloom, because Bloom Energy is now working with Oracle on their data center. Here we go. Oracle. Right here. Yeah, so Oracle and AWS, Amazon Web Services, partnered to add fast, private, managed multi-cloud links between OCI and AWS, enabling secure data transfer, mobility, and also, again, let's see. Yeah. They fired a lot of people late 2025. Oh yeah, I heard about it. To save costs and recently started to push for 400 gigabytes fiber, which is the next type of fiber. Got it. And then push to 400 gigabytes is what got them from. Got it. Interesting. Yeah. Everybody's they fired a lot of people. Everyone's firing people to save cost. So stay stoic. When they fired everybody, how did they somehow replace them with AI as well? Or what happened with when they fired them? Financially, they are still struggling. Okay, tell me why they're still struggling financially. Did the AI that replaced the workers not work out very well, or what? Thanks for sharing your insights. I'm curious. Okay, looking at Oracle here, right here, you can see them with this recent deal with Bloom Energy. They bounced back up right here. They went from 136 up to bang, 180, and right now they corrected down to 173. So that's a jump. They didn't replace anyone but hired contractors from Brazil. Got it. So it was their sales staff that they cut. They hired contractors from Brazil to handle the sales. So, so one U.S. sales rep manages 20. Wow. Interesting. So is that part of the reason why they're still struggling? How, or if you know any more about that, feel free to share. Meanwhile, if you're looking at Oracle here, internally their equipment is old. Okay, got it. If you're looking at Oracle, also the RSI went from 37 up to 69, as you can see right there. But yeah, this is quite the rebound. Volume is at 17.17 million, and market cap is at 501 billion right there. Yeah. Again, if you're curious, this is on TradingView, the software I'm using. If you look at the bottom right, there's always some information there about the company as well. Cloud Chiefs, welcome to the channel. It depends on what sector you're in. It depends on what you're looking at. It depends on your risk tolerance. Here's what you can do, Cloud Chiefs. Send me a message after the stream right there, and let me know what you're looking at. Let me know kind of what your risk is, you know, what your goals are at the moment, okay? And then I can give you a better answer that way, okay? And I'll talk to you after the stream, all right? Stay stoic. They're in the works of replacing but due to the AI hype, chips are more expensive, hence the delay of their upgrade. Got it. I'm sure the audience is appreciating your insights as well. Thank you very much. Okay, that's great. Cloud Scheist, talk to you later. In the meantime, Cloud Scheist, if you do have a ticker symbol or something that you want me to check out real quick, feel free to drop it in the comments. But your specific question we'll handle afterwards, okay? But thank you for asking. All right. That's Oracle because of the Bloom AI. Let's look at Bloom AI, Bloom Energy. There we go. And let's see. Regarding this, okay, we'll do some more ticker symbols later. But also, we need to talk about Nvidia too. Nvidia, right here. Chris, can you look up ticker symbol? BWXT, yes, I can do that. BWXT. They are involved in making nuclear power plants for commercial businesses such as Chris, excellent question. Yeah, we're talking a lot about data centers, especially with Oracle, especially with Bloom Energy, and also we had the article here. Where was it? What was it? Where was it? I just lost it. Microsoft, shoot. Oh yeah, here, another one. We talked about the data center in Norway with Microsoft and OpenAI. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Chris. BWXT, let's do that. BWXT, here we go. All right, and BWXT, just to share a little info about them. They engage in the supply and provision of nuclear components and products. It operates through the government operations and commercial operations segments. Okay, they manufacture naval nuclear reactors, including related nuclear fuel for U.S. naval nuclear propulsion program. Yeah, wow. Thanks for sharing this, Chris. And they are, let's see, such as data centers. Okay, Chris, let me know if you know. Maybe you don't know, but if you do know, let me know which data centers they are involved with. I'm sure our audience would be curious too. If you can share that, go ahead. So here, BWX Technologies right now, yeah, they are climbing, rebounding from, they went from 190 and up to 240. They've corrected a little bit. They're down to 235 at the moment. But yeah, and you can see that in the MACD, and also you can see the general climb here with the RSI. It went from 43 up to 64. And yeah, with that climb, you can see some of the trade volume rose up as well. Wait, I see this little, let's see, Oklo and other stocks are taking off. Yes, regarding this one, have you also looked at, I'm not sure on which particular data center is there. Okay, you're not sure, but thanks for talking about this one. Are you also looking at Oklo as well, or not? I'm just curious. I see a little note here on TradingView mentioning Oklo as well in regard to nuclear reactors. So I was curious if you're looking at them as well. No, Oklo. Okay, thanks, Chris. All right. Now, volume right now is at 96,000. Market cap is at 21.5 billion. And again, this is BWX Technologies because they're a nuclear company. But yeah, I've also, Chris, I've also, what was it, recently, earlier, a couple months ago, I saw the headlines about Meta and some of the other tech companies that are partnering up with nuclear energy companies to get more and more energy for their data centers and projects. So I'm not surprised to hear about what you're saying. Yeah, but okay, that's BWX. Now let's go back. Another one that we were going to look at here was Nvidia at the moment. Yeah, right here, just giving you an update about Nvidia. Yeah, they went from 165 all the way up here to, yeah, they were at 198. At the moment, they're at 197. We're trying to see if they can break the 200 psychological barrier. Yeah. So the 200 threshold. You're very welcome, Chris. Thank you as well. If you have other ticker symbols, feel free to just drop them in the comments. Or if you have any other insights about the nuclear energy, feel free to share. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier in our pre-market analysis, $190. Well, that was serves as a strong support level. And if Nvidia can sustain a high volume rally during the session and firmly establish itself above 200, then the NASDAQ still has a chance to make a strong run tonight. But if it breaks below 190, then the entire AI hardware sector could face a very collective pullback. It's interesting. So we're watching Nvidia quite a bit. And right now for Nvidia, trading volume is sitting there at 28.9 million. Let's see. And let me know in the audience, do you think Nvidia will touch $200 today? Do you think they'll break it today? Give me a 1 if you think Nvidia can break 200, and give me a 2 if you don't think it'll happen. Okay. Right now it's at 197.47, and yeah, they just launched their quantum AI model for calibration and computation, claiming up to 2.5x speed and 3x accuracy improvements. The US and UK universities have started adopting them. Interesting. Yeah. Again, volume is at 28.9 million. Market cap is at 4.8 trillion. And there we go. Eljador 2112. Oh, Eljador, you think it's gonna break tonight? All right, good for you. Thanks for sharing that. Anybody else? What do you think? Is Nvidia gonna break the 200? Give me a 1 if you think it will. Give me a 2 if you think it won't break 200. I'm curious. Wow. If it does, it'll be interesting. Chris, you think it's gonna break 200 also? Thank you very much. Anybody else? Nvidia breaking 200? Give me a 1. Everybody's so optimistic about Nvidia. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah. Now another one. We got to talk about this one. We've got birds to talk about, right? Anomalies following the new SEC rules. Last night, ticker symbol BIRD surged 580%. All birds. When you go from shoes to AI, that's what happens. Yeah. Since the SEC lowered the threshold for day trading, we're now seeing many smaller cap stocks exhibit irrational spikes during intraday trading. Yeah. When capital stops chasing fundamentals and instead turns into speculating on these so-called AI transition tickers, it signals that the market's speculative fever, well, it's maybe nearing the top, maybe. I'm curious, very cautious. Do not chase after these particular tickers. You could easily end up beating the last buyer holding the bag at the 7,000 part. Yeah. Now, another one we're going to look at here is Allbirds. Yes, we should do that. Allbirds, where is it? Right here. Allbirds. Gosh, yeah, look at this one. Here we go. For those of you who may not be up to date on this one, Allbirds is a global lifestyle brand that innovates with naturally derived materials to make footwear and apparel products in a better way. While treading lighter on the planet, it offers men's shoes, men's apparel, women's apparel, etc. And now, they recently went into AI and bang, look at this. It goes from, and look at this trade volume. My God, a shoe company to AI. Yeah, look at this chart. Give me your thoughts. Anybody have any thoughts about Allbirds? Let me know. Going from shoes to AI. Yeah. Some of you have dropped some questions about what you should do, etc., with particular certain companies. And again, it's all kind of particular to your personal situation and what your strategy is, etc. If you want, I don't really go into this stuff very deeply into the live stream because everybody is different, okay? But, and you have different tolerance levels, different risk, etc. But last night I drafted an internal strategy document specifically addressing some of the adjustments for the market environment. It outlines actionable strategies for different tickers, Nvidia, AMD, etc. Simply reach out to my assistant and send the screenshot of some of your questions or holdings, and I'll get that information and then send it, the information, your questions, answers back to you in a very customized message. Yeah. So pay close attention to the 7,690, 6,980 levels, okay? The dynamics of oil prices, yes, let's talk about that as well. Oil right now, West Texas Intermediate's at 93.27. Brent crude is at 97.63. Brent is up 2.84% and up $2.70, yeah. And West Texas Intermediate has jumped up at $1.98 to 2.1%. That's interesting. So there's that. Also, if West Texas Intermediate crude drops below $92 during intraday trading, it suggests that Mr. T's peace narrative is gaining traction among market participants, and this would likely trigger a second upward impulse in some of the tech. Okay, now let's take a look here at a couple of the energy, oil. Let's go to Exxon. What is Exxon doing at the moment? Okay, Exxon right here. Yeah, interesting how quickly that works. With the reversal and the upward momentum, upward move, I should say, that you see in West Texas Intermediate and Brent, that went up. Exxon also rebounded a little bit as well. You can see they've been correcting, and then right now they just went from 149 to 150. Yeah, a small rebound, but it is a notable one. And yeah, volume right now for Exxon is at 3 million, and market cap is at 628 billion right there. And if we go here, check again also with Chevron AVX right here. No, CVX, I'm sorry, AVX. Okay, Chevron. Yeah, Chevron is also starting to rebound as well. You can see that. Again, funny how quickly that works. And then you can see a little rebound there. It went from 184, now it's at 187 right there. And you can also see that change in the RSI. For example, volume is at 1.47 million, and then market cap is at 373 billion right there. And also, let's take a look, since oil is going up, ConocoPhillips, let's take a look at them right here. Yep, ConocoPhillips rebounding as well. Quickly, as soon as that oil jumps up, bang, it goes up. So it went from 117 and now it's at 121 for ConocoPhillips. Their volume is at 1.38 million. Their market cap is at 148.1 billion as well. And okay, also, talking about the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield, it currently stands as long as this does not breach the 4.3% mark, the dam holding back tech stocks will not break. Yeah. And those are some of my basically core market dynamics we've observed so far during today's session. Again, if you're curious about anything, don't forget to reach out to my assistant and get some of the latest updates. And also you can use the code APR16MID if you want. Also keep an eye out for market volatility around 2 p.m. Based on recent trends, 2 p.m. often marks the entry point for institutional capital. Volatility tends to pick up significantly around that time, so be sure to follow my updates on that, okay? And here we go, back to some more of these tickers. Gold buy new TP. Yes, everybody wants to spam. Well, anyway, okay, that's ConocoPhillips. Another one that we can look at. We talked about banking a little bit. Let's go over here to where is it? Tesla. Here is Bank of America. Let's talk about them. Because how about Valero Energy? Oh yeah, Chris, VLL, very good. Valero Energy. Valero Energy. Yeah, for those of you not familiar with Valero Energy, right here. Valero Energy engages in the manufacture and marketing of transportation fuels and other petrochemical products. It operates through the following business segments: refining, ethanol, and renewable diesel. The refining segment consists of refining associated. Okay, there we go, Valero Energy. And right here, okay, they are also rebounding, as you can see, right there. Chart Master, thank you very much for the likes. Right, they went from 234 up to 233 to 241. So yeah, they're at 241 at the moment. They are rebounding, and volume right now is at 310,000. Market cap is at 72 billion. Yeah, interesting. And for example, just to take a peek here, if you're curious, Valero Energy, you go here to the earnings side of it. quarterly for earnings. Q4 of 2025 beat the expectations. Hussein, thank you very much for the likes. I appreciate that. Q3 and Q2 all beat their earnings expectations, and annually 2025 for the year beat the earnings expectations as well. Hussein, greetings, and welcome. Doing well. Let me know if you have a question about a ticker symbol, or if you have a more specific question. All right, very good. And here we go. That's Valero. Chris, let me know if you have others, and we can go back to that. But Valero Energy, and what was it? Oh yeah, Bank of America. Yeah, here's one. Bank of America. Here we go. If you have a question about a ticker, or if you have a question about strategy, feel free to let me know, Hussein. Yeah. Okay, here's Bank of America. As you know, the banking sector is also rising as well. If you didn't know, I'm helping you learn about it right now. Bank of America also went from 46, bang, all the way up here to 54, and Bank of America is still rebounding. Okay, there's that. Right now, volume-wise, is at 9.36 million, and market cap is at 389 billion right there. Q1 revenue is at 30.4 billion. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, also another one we were going to look at is Morgan Stanley, because Morgan Stanley tops their estimates, and trading revenue exceeds the expectations. Morgan Stanley, here we go. Morgan Stanley at the moment. Morgan Stanley, yes. This went from, God, this jumped up all the way from 154 up to, gosh, it was at 191, and now it's at 188. Okay, so that's Morgan Stanley. Wow, that's quite a jump. Also, their volume is right now, and look at this trading volume right here. Trading volume right now is at 1.59 million, and also right here, market cap is at 299 billion, just shy of 300. Yeah. Then also right here, take you to this one. Tesla also just jumped up recently. Let me take you to that. If there's any, Hussein, right now I'm giving some of the updates about some of the U.S. news headlines, some of the reports, and some of the companies in that. Yes, I can offer that if you want. Here, send me a message after the stream, and I will get back to you. Okay. If you want more on that, send me a message after the stream, and we can talk more about what you're looking for. Thanks for saying. But right now, again, a little bit on Tesla. It's up again today after it was on an 8-week losing streak. Tesla is starting to make a little bit of a rebound. And yeah, 7.6% jump on Wednesday. There we go. Yes, that's correct. Just send me a WhatsApp if you want. There we go. Plus, you see the +1? There's the code right there. +1, Hussein. Thank you. All right, now let's go over here to Tesla. TSLA. Yeah, right here. You can also see that Tesla is rebounding. Look at this rebound. Actually, ever since April 9th, they've been rebounding. And then yesterday, Wednesday, they had a big rebound. They went from 366 all the way up to 391. Yeah, and Tesla's A15 chip reached tape out and will be made by TSMC and Samsung. And Musk said it could be one of the most produced AI chips. And Tesla shares jumped 6.8% after the news. And right now, right here, you can see, yeah, it's at 385 at the moment. It actually corrected. It went from right here at 393 down to 385. So it just corrected earlier today. Yeah, and you can see all the trade volume right there on Tesla. Volume right now is at 22.8 million. Market cap is at 1.45 trillion. Yeah, and here we go. That's Tesla. If you want, for example, just to show you a couple of quick patterns here, if I go like this and zoom this out, you can see right here. Here's one. Here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder. That brings that down. If you want more chart patterns, okay, here you are, Hussein. There you go. And that's Tesla. Here we go. Also, here's one to think about. Stellantis and Microsoft signed a 5-year partnership for AI push. There you go, Hussein. Thank you very much. Push to develop AI, cybersecurity, and engineering capabilities as the automaker races to keep pace with technology-focused rivals. There you go. So software and data-driven services have become central in the automotive company's long-term strategies, especially as the Chinese automakers accelerate their development of features to entice customers domestically and abroad as well. Legacy automakers, which have often struggled to master software and tech efforts on their own, are increasingly looking to partner with tech companies to leverage their expertise and speed. Yeah, so they are collaborating with Microsoft. That's Stellantis and Microsoft. Let's take a look at them. MSFT, Microsoft. And they're also rebounding at the moment. Maybe it's partly because of that new partnership with Stellantis. Here's that right there. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so it went from all the way from 356, that was on March 30th, to 419, and it just corrected today down to 415. So Microsoft corrected from 419 to 415 earlier today, and you can see that reflected. Look at the RSI. The RSI also went from 23 up to 70 right there. Volume is at 12.1 million. Market cap is at 3 trillion right now. And if you're curious about some of the earnings, for example, we'll take a look at that. Quarterly Q2 beat the expectations, as you can see right there. Q1, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but yeah, there's the chart. Q1 also beat the expectations, and Q4 did too. So to summarize, the last 3 quarters beat the earnings expectations, which looks good for the company. And then we go back here to annually 2025. On the year 2025, Microsoft beat the earnings expectations. Yeah, so there's that. Also, another one that we're going to look at right here. We talked about Circle. Yes, take a look. Circle CEO sees tremendous opportunity for won-backed stablecoin. How about ticker DXYZ? Okay, why not? Let's see. DXYZ. Destiny. They have SpaceX. SpaceX does not have it. Oh, yes. Okay. DXYZ. Okay. And DXYZ. Wait, hold on. DXYZ. Oh, okay. So this is Destiny Tech 100. Is that correct? Destiny Tech 100. Am I got the right one? DXYZ. Operates as a non-diversified closed-end management investment company. It's an investment company, correct? And they have SpaceX in their portfolio already. Okay. Yeah, good. Thanks, Chris. Okay, just want to make sure I got the right one. Okay, here we go. And if you're looking right here, they've been actually stabilized for the moment, actually doing some consolidation right here. And right now, they were at 34 on March 25th, but right now they're sitting here at 29. And the last 3 days, they've actually been doing a little bit of correcting. Yeah, right now they're at 29, and RSI is very, very neutral, sitting there at 54. And Their trade volume is down. There's not much going on with them at the moment. 530 for volume, and market cap is at 429 million. But yes, I know what you mean. SpaceX has not IPO'd yet, and they have SpaceX in their portfolio. So when SpaceX IPOs, you're looking at this one to go up, something like that, correct? Right, Chris? Thanks for the heads up on this. I'm sure our audience likes it as well. Thank you for sharing. And Hussein, thank you very much for the likes. Let me know. I look forward to hearing from you afterwards. And Chris, keep them coming. You have some good ones, and I appreciate it. Here we go. Circle. Here. Good job, Chris. Here's one. For those of you curious about this one right here, Circle CEO sees tremendous opportunity for a won-back stablecoin. So looking right here at Circle. Circle Internet Group is a financial technology company that enables businesses of all sizes to harness the power of digital currencies and public blockchains for payments, commerce, and financial applications worldwide. Now, looking right here, Circle at the moment is sitting here at 103. You can see that they recently rebounded from being at 85. Now they jumped up to 103, slight correction, but that's also right here. You can see in the RSI, they've been sitting very neutrally between 41 and 55, right in there. Volume is sitting here at 3.23 million. Market cap is at 25 billion. Okay, and Eldor 212 MSTR. Okay, let's do that one. MSTR. Here, yeah, MicroStrategy. We did that one earlier. We'll do it again just real quick, but we did that one earlier. Eldor 12 here. Yeah, MicroStrategy right now at the moment sitting at 141 right here, and they have been rebounding a little bit. They were down to 117. Now they're at 141. You can also see the jump up right there in the RSI. Trade volume is not that high right now. Volume is at 4.13 million, and market cap is at 48.7 billion. And yeah, oh, it's okay, Eldor, no problem. Glad to catch you up on it. Hopefully that information is helpful to you. If you have another ticker symbol, just drop it there. I gained but sold. Well, hey, at least you came out on top. You know, that's a win right there. So thanks for sharing the positive vibes. All right, going back here, we were talking about Circle. Now let's go back here. Some of the chip giants, AMD, Qualcomm, and ARM, are backing this driverless car startup wave with fresh funds. But it's okay, Eldor. Again, focus on the positive. You gained, yeah. AMD, Qualcomm, and ARM. Okay, Wave raised 60 million from Qualcomm, AMD, and ARM. The British startup now has major semiconductor names, including Nvidia and shareholders. It's facing rising competition from autonomous vehicle makers such as Waymo and Baidu. And right here, and some of the biggest names in tech, too long backers it takes on rivals. Yeah, some of the rivals are also Alphabet's Waymo. And the three semiconductor firms invested 60 million into Wave. The company said on Wednesday, following 1.2 billion funding round, the driverless company announced in February. And again, but different automakers use various chips to power their driverless cars, such as those designed by Nvidia or Qualcomm. ARM and AMD are involved in auto chips as well. All right, let's take a look at this. So here we have AMD, Qualcomm, and ARM. Let's take a look. What's AMD doing right now? Advanced Micro Devices. Yes, AMD is also rebounding quite a bit right now. Look at this. They were sitting here at 195 and they jumped up to 271. That's a good rebound. And yeah, volume wise, 19.6 million, and market cap is at 441 billion. And where is it? Qualcomm and ARM. Let's take a look at them. Qualcomm. And yeah, Qualcomm is actually trending down at the moment. You can see that. They did rebound a little bit since April 7th from 123 up to 130, 134, but very, very small. Volume is at 1.58 million for Qualcomm, and market cap is at 143.08 billion. And then right here, ARM. Let's also take a look at ARM. ARM Holdings. And if you're curious about ARM, what is ARM? ARM actually engages in the licensing, marketing, research, and development of microprocessors, systems IP, graphics processing units, physical IP, and associated systems, etc., etc. Yeah, ARM is rebounding as well. They went from 119 up to 159. ARM is low power. Got it. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for adding that. And they're sitting at 159. And the reason why we're talking about them is because they're also partnering with this autonomous car startup called Wave with fresh funds there. And their volume is at 1 million. Market cap is at 169 billion right there. And yeah, another one right here. Yeah, here's one for you. If you're a fan of Amazon, or if you use them a lot, you order from them. Amazon sellers boycott ads and policy change revolt. They're running out of margin. Hundreds of large Amazon sellers are boycotting the online retailer's advertising platform on Wednesday to protest several recent policy changes. Amazon announced changes to how it pays out seller proceeds and collects advertising payments while levying a temporary 3.5% fuel surcharge. Some sellers are worried that the policies will strangle their cash flow and say it's another example of Amazon putting the squeeze on them. Yeah. For Amazon sellers who account for over 60% of goods sold on the e-retailer's sprawling marketplace, times would be tough no matter what right now. Yeah. 60% of the goods sold. Wow. Yeah. The company then announced it. Yeah. In recent weeks, Amazon has changed how it pays out seller earnings and collects payments for its advertising services. The company announced it also would start a 3.5% fuel surcharge, etc. Interesting. Okay. Just to take a look here quickly at Amazon. AMZN. Here we go. Amazon is also rebounding pretty heavily, sitting here from 199 all the way up to 250. Yeah, that's quite a jump. The last 2 days, they did actually correct from 249 down to 246. And let's see. Yeah, they just did a deal. Also, be aware that Amazon just did a deal with Globalstar, the satellite company. So that's something to be aware of if you're not. You should not wear colored. Guess what? I wear the colored glasses because they're blue light blocking glasses. They actually have a function and a purpose. If you don't know about blue light blockers, you might want to look it up because they're very actually helpful when looking at screens and stuff because they block the blue light. You feel much better with them. It's great. But I know what you mean. Maybe you can't see my eyes as well, but they feel great when I'm on that. Okay, good. Then why should I not wear them? Why would you tell me not to wear them if you understand them? Strange. But yeah, so Amazon right here, volume's at 13.4 million and market cap is at 2.6 trillion. Yeah, but Amazon also just partnered up with, was it Globalstar? Where's that deal? I have it here. Globalstar. Oh yeah, Globalstar, it's an $11.6 billion deal. And if I can tell you more, I thought I had that in my notes here. Anyway, I understand I have them. Rich Nature Trip. They look nice. Rich Nature Trip, thank you very much. Okay. Sorry, guess what? If it creates a curtain for you, but haha, some people like them, and okay, hope you can deal with it. Guess what? El Jador, thank you very much for the smiley. Chris, hello as well. I appreciate it. Some people like them, some people don't. Well, it makes me feel good, so it makes the stream better. So thanks everyone for understanding. Yes, you guys, we try to keep it funny. We all gotta have a sense of humor here, right? It's it. If you don't have a sense of humor, it's gonna be a long day and a long life. So keep your smile. So that's Amazon right there. Folks like to see eyes, especially when making deals. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they. They're not saying they don't. I know what you mean. Guess what? Thanks for being positive there. I know what you mean. It's good to see the eyes when you're talking about stuff like this. I know, but the positivity, or the, how do you say it? The positive effects of these glasses outweigh, the fact that they have a curtain around my eyes. Yeah, it's just they feel that much better. Yeah, but thanks for saying they look cool. Yeah. All right, and Amazon. Oh yeah, we talked about Lumen technologies a little bit. We already did that. We talked about TSMC. If you have any other questions regarding tickers, they look Elzador 212. They look fly. Thank you very much. I like that. That's a very nice comment. All right. Again, this stream is almost over. If you guys have questions or comments that we talked about, remember I told you guys I don't go into a lot of specific detail on the stream. They do, and before saying that comment, I understood the why. Okay, thanks. Guess what? Bird just gave me more money. Bird, oh, Phil Collins, yes, the bird. I'm glad that the birds are giving you money. I know exactly what you mean, and good job with that. Eljador, a pleasure. Yeah, it was a pleasure talking with all of you as well. Again, if you have questions that you want to ask me outside the stream regarding anything specific, you can see the contact details in the comments. Again, what can I say here? Almost out of time. If you have any last final questions, let me know. But let's see. Hey, Rich Nature Trip, thank you also. Thank you for saying I look fly. At least I got that. Yeah. Thank you for the comments. Yes, no problem. Got it. All right. And I'll be back the same time tomorrow. If you have questions that you think of after the stream, you can come back in tomorrow. No, they super fly. Guess what? They're not just fly, they're super fly. No, I appreciate it. Good vibes. Do they match the tie? I don't know. What do you think? Do they match the tie? Close enough, right? I'm trying to, at least I can get the red and the amber, right? Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys. Good vibes. Come in again tomorrow. Ask any questions. Send me a message. If you do, send me a message. I'll get back to you after the stream. And good luck to you with all you're doing. Rich Nature Trip, thank you very much. See you next time. Tomorrow.